Yeah, let's do it. I got to fix the music, though. I got to play it through, not the desktop, but through the iPad that's connected to the Rodecaster.
Hey, there it is.
Make sure it's not too loud. There we go. Cool thing.
Sounds like something out of Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, what was that band? That one song, Through the Fire and Flames, that everyone was just like, can you play that on Guitar Hero?
I didn't really ever play. I played some Rock Band, but really only Lego Rock Band.
Oh, I mean, that
which most people didn't even realize there was a Lego Rock Band. I'm like, yeah, that was the only Rock Band I played. It was great. And the trailer for it was ridiculous too, because it's Lego.
When that game first came out, I was in high school, and I had been playing guitar for probably 3 or 4 years now, and I fucking hated that game because everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, I can play Guitar Hero." It's like that episode of South Park. Like, yeah, but you know what's really cool? Playing a real guitar.
Yeah, I think it was Rocksmith was more accurate.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like it was like an actual, or it was made like an actual guitar.
But it didn't. They didn't have the marketing that Rock Band had.
No.
Or Guitar Hero. So they did not make it, which is too bad because it. Yeah, I have to go back and do some research on that. I remember Rocksmith, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, because like it actually had like the actual frets on it or something, but they were like still like buttons.
Yeah.
But then you still had to do like the actual strumming portion of it or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know how they did it. Like again, I only had Lego Rock Band.
Yeah,
so.
it's voodoo science. I don't know.
It's nonsense. All right, so what are we drinking?
We're
already starting off.
Yeah, how are we doing, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Another episode
Welcome
of Poor Decisions.
Poor Decisions.
I'm Connor. That's Brian over there. I'm sure you can see him.
Yeah.
In your mind. You can see him in your mind.
I'm on the left side of your listening device.
Are we panned?
Panned?
Yeah. Am I on one side and you're on the other side?
No, it should be stereo.
Dead center. Okay.
Should be stereo. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we are one. One of us.
Google gobble.
Google gobble.
So we are drinking Stout Libre. It's a stout aged on chocolate.
From 903, right?
903 Brewers. Looks like it's out of Tejas.
Tejas?
So it's a stout with chocolate, coffee, vanilla beans, and chili. Not Chile.
Chile.
And the art on this is amazing.
I smell the spiciness.
It's Jack Black via Nacho Libre.
Yeah, but it's Stout Libre.
Stout Libre.
It's a big beer.
12%.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
good thing we
is,
poured it a couple minutes ago. Let it warm up a little bit.
It pairs well with Elote, Tenacity, and Billionaire Cage Fights.
That's crazy. That's basically the main reason why I ended up buying this can is because of what it pairs well with.
So it looks like a V8 had a baby,
an alcoholic,
like a White Claw can.
Yeah, because it's one of the slim cans.
Trying to read the story here.
Ooh. And catch there's a whole story. Yeah, the lighting here's not as bright.
Our latest reserve stout puts on a wild show with an exhilarating blend of chocolate, coffee, chili, and vanilla flavors. A thick and dark imperial stout boasts notes of bittersweet chocolate, molasses, and roasted malts. I thought there would be something funny here.
No, they were actually serious. The only thing they were serious about was the story. All right,
well,
fair enough.
I have not tried this yet. What do you think, Brian?
It's interesting. It smells spicy. Doesn't taste spicy.
I get the chili.
Yeah, you can smell the chili. I didn't taste any of the chili though.
This smells fucking wild.
It does, dude. It tastes wild. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
That you can taste like everything as you were saying. I'm like, yeah. There's the molasses. There's the
chili's on the very back.
I didn't get
with my first drink. I got the spice on the very back of my throat.
I guess a little bit.
I get it.
Okay, now I feel it.
Yeah.
Mine was delayed.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's good. That's good.
It's, ooh, man, I'm glad we're splitting this one, though.
Yeah, no shit. Ooh. That is rich.
And I will usually dive into some bigger beers.
Me too. I had an Abraxas to myself some time ago.
Oh, did you finally drink one of the Abraxas?
I did. Yeah.
I thought about it. I'm just like, I'll save it a little bit.
I mean, I think I cracked it at like 4 p.m. And
that was your nightcap?
Yeah, it was the rest of my day cap, as it were. Yeah. Probably finished it around 8 or 9. Took me, 4 or 5 hours to drink it responsibly.
What percentage is that at?
I think it was 13.5 or something.
Okay. Because I've done
they vary each year, I do believe.
Yeah. And I know, I've done that with Founders beer when Founders was still...
When
they weren't doing what they're currently doing. We won't get into that.
Yeah, we won't. There's no room in here for that.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
But they had one that was called DKML. And nobody ever really knew what DKML stands for, but a lot of people just called it Dick Kicker Malt Liquor.
Oh, yeah.
So it was malt
beverage.
And it was 14.2%.
God damn.
And one of our other local places, every week, on their Sunday Fun Day, they would do $10 crowler sales. And they would always do like a wheel spin for which one it was going to be. And it came up that one time. So I went and got a 32-ounce can of this DKML, 14.2%. And I really enjoyed it at that time. And I took it home, and I don't remember if we were watching. I think we were watching football or something. And I have a couple very large, glasses. Because I've done some of the Stein holding.
I'll bet are they Steins?
Yeah, like the 1 liter glasses.
Yeah.
Because I've done a couple of those holding competitions.
Yeah.
And the one from Weston, I feel like it's like a 40-ounce glass. Because the can fit inside of the glass.
Goddamn.
Like unopened. Like I could just take the can.
Yeah, just put it in.
Slide it in
Literally,
the glass.
it fits in the glass.
Yeah, so I feel like that glass is a 40-ounce glass. It's freaking humongous. So I poured it into the glass, the whole can. And I drank all but about an inch of it in an hour.
Oh, my God.
And then it took me an hour to finish that last inch.
Oh.
Yes,
how'd you feel the next day?
I don't recall.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because this was several years ago. But yeah, that was... I haven't had it since. Granted, I don't think Founders has made it since so either.
Yeah. I did that... I didn't do that, but when we had... Updog.
What's Updog?
That was a Dubel?
Yeah, it was a Dubel.
We had that and We Heavy on tap.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Well, we had Dubel.
We had a Dubel and a
Tripel and We Heavy on at the same time. We had a very heavy tap.
That was last late
winter, early
spring.
Yeah.
And I accidentally filled up. I wrote on the can Updog, which I think that was 7.8 or something.
That was
7.2.
No, We Heavy is 7.8. Updog was 6.2.
Okay,
if I recall correctly.
So I wrote Updog, and both the taps were next to each other. Wasn't paying attention until after I finished it. Filled it with We Heavy, and I'm just like, okay, well I can't. This isn't what this customer asked for.
Yeah.
So I'll buy this. I'll take it home. It's mine. Stuck it in the back of of my beer fridge, and then this past summer I went up to Omaha, and I'm just like, oh yeah, like Updog, like that sounds like a great beer to have to
you
myself.
Forgot that you would put the other.
So I cracked it open and I poured it, and I'm just like, I don't remember Updog being so dark and smelling like cherries. Like, why does it smell like it's been barrel aged?
And then all of a sudden it clicked.
And I'm like,
oh yeah, this is my mistake.
This is a 7.8% beer that I now have to drink to myself.
I did that with Black Barrels.
That's not bad though.
You got 9.5.
That's not bad. It's only 16 ounces of it though, right?
No,
or you filled a crowler.
I filled a crowler. Accidentally filled a crowler of it. And I'm like, oh, the customer asked for it. And I'm like, that's my mistake. So I relabeled it. I'm like, Brian's mistake.
Yep.
That way I knew what it was. And
sorry, Nolan.
Yeah, that was an interesting evening. When I had that thing for probably a month before I finally decided that I'm going to go ahead and do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Nolan.
Mistakes happen.
Mistakes do happen, and we weren't going to dump it out.
To err is human, as it were.
Yeah, we are. We're not robots. So we were talking about that, what we were going to discuss. It was basically what we're getting into, but there was something else that we were going to specifically discuss, and I'm blanking on.
Was it vacations?
It was vacation, but I thought there was something else about beer that we were going to... I don't know, whatever.
I don't know.
But yeah, so vacations, we, depending on when you're listening to this, but you and I, the brewery does this really cool thing every year, and like this is the first year I've got to do it, like because I'm full time now for almost a year at this point. And
how many more days until you get your glass?
Oh, I should probably check that.
You're like 60 days out, right?
Not quite.
Are you at 69 yet?
Oh, it's less. Yeah. No, I'm past that.
We missed 69.
You did. I talked about it.
Damn it.
Yeah. I'm at 56.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how close.
Have you picked out your glass yet? Or are you gonna wait for the new round to come in?
No one hasn't said anything. So I'm just gonna let him
pick it out for you?
No. I'm just gonna see what happens. Yes, I'm complete.
Okay.
I'm just letting it ride and see what happens.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah. Well. Yep.
F&A, Cotton. F&A.
Well, so the funny thing is that I almost wonder if he held on to a glass, because there was one time when Zach was still our taproom manager.
Yeah.
He was doing some social media stuff, and he was trying to do Mug Club specific stuff.
Yeah.
And we only had one Mug Club there at the time. And he's like, "Hey, Brian, grab one of these glasses, and I want to try and do some social media stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I filled the glass. And I'm like, I really like this glass. So I fucking around when we went to after we washed
some
them.
blue tape on it.
I put some blue tape on it with my name on it. Question mark.
Brian?
Maybe. And this was.
That was over a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it was definitely over. It was probably 2 years ago when I did that.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder, I'm like, there's no way he held on to that glass. Because that's just not. No one's not going to do something like that.
No.
He's probably like, God damn it, rip.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that glass got repurposed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. It's probably Strunks probably had it.
Or Cesar.
No, because it wasn't that big.
Oh, okay.
Cesar always goes with it.
F&A,
Oh,
Cotton.
wrong button. Fuck.
Hey, phrase it.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, we have the other phrasing too.
Phrase it.
Yeah. I should probably leave it. I have it as phrasing, not phrasing.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
So, vacations.
Yeah. Anyway, vacations. So what Transparent does is that it's usually the last week in January. We just shut down. But he still pays us.
Yeah.
Our normal
Which is
wage.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. And
super fortunate to have that.
yeah. And so that's why, like, he's like, well, I'm not going to give you, like, and he gives us vacation. Like, how many breweries even get vacations or get benefits?
PTO.
Or PTO, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess not vacations, but PTO.
Yeah.
Time off, whatever.
Yeah.
And we even get benefits. I mean, like, how many breweries that aren't big?
Boulevard or KC Beer.
Or, even like some of the bigger national brands,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do that. So, he has in his head, what he wants to be. And a follow-up. Damn.
Yeah.
You're fighting with yourself over
I know, that was rough.
Like, if anybody was listening, they probably would have thought that was two different.
No, that was me.
Yeah.
That was one person.
All you. Just
All me, baby.
you had the initial and a follow-up. Alrighty, here we go. Nonsense. Shenanigans. But yeah, we were off for a whole week, the last week of January. And like, that was weird for me because I've pretty much since before COVID have had 2 jobs. So it's like, all right, if, I just didn't really take a lot of time off, or if I took time off, it was to go work somewhere else. Because like I went and worked down at scout camp a lot.
Yeah.
So like I'd save up my vacation time and go work at scout camp. Like, okay, that's not, I'm
That's
taking
not-
time off,
no,
but I'm not doing
no.
a vacation, right? And I know a lot of people talk about staycations,
Which are fun.
which are fun, but if a lot of times you're still trying to accomplish things,
Yeah.
unless your focus is to not do anything.
So do you have an ideal place you'd like to go on vacation?
I would love to go back to Alaska.
When'd you go to Alaska?
A
when you
decade
were
ago.
the-
Like the last time I actually took vacation, time off.
So
and-
this wasn't when you were in the Marines, or
No, I was done. And so
Okay.
I was with my father. It was actually ended up being the last trips I took with my father.
did you guys do fishing?
No, we went on a cruise.
Oh, cool.
So it was super cool because then I got to see multiple points.
Did you start off in like Seattle or something?
We started off in Vancouver,
Okay.
and then we hit like Ketchikan and Skagway and Glacier Bay and
Cool.
Juneau.
Cool.
This is not the order we went in,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's not the order that you go in up the coast.
So yeah, geography is not my strong suit. So
See, and I try to be better about geography, but I'm
Yeah.
not always the greatest about it.
I know general regions.
Yeah,
I'm good with regions.
but then we got off it. It's like C-word, but some people call it
C word, like the C word,
No, it was Seward. Yeah,
Seward.
Stewart. Yeah, Stewart.
Stewart.
Anyway, but so we got off there, and so then we didn't just fly straight back home. Like we actually got, we went up to Anchorage, had lunch in Anchorage, and then we went up to Denali National Park, which is where Mount McKinley is.
Okay.
But now they've it just renamed. Like the locals call it Denali Mountain, but then nationally it's Mount McKinley, and so we stayed at a resort overnight up there, and got to go into Denali National Park. And so they have a road that goes 100 miles into this park. And the goal was to make it a drive-through park,
Yeah.
because it gets very dangerous up in that area. So they don't want you really you can't really camp
Yeah.
there.
You're fucking mauled by an elk or
Exactly.
some shit.
Yeah.
Cougars coming out and
Yeah, there's all
dingoes eating your babies and shit.
There's no dingoes, but wrong region.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just wait.
If a dingo survived there, I'd be impressed, because it gets brutal up there. But they never end up finishing the roadway because it just such treacherous terrain, and the weather up there can be very unpredictable. Sometimes,
Good alliteration there. Treacherous terrain.
yeah,
I like that.
those $5 words, and I got you. I'm gonna need some change.
I'm gonna need some change.
Or is it I owe you? All right, I owe you $4.
I don't remember.
But we got to go in there, and it was super cool. But we only got to go in 20 miles. And they'll allow people to do hiking, but you have to do permits, and you have to do regular check-ins. That way, the park rangers know pretty much where
still
you're
alive.
at. Yeah. Or hey, this is their last location. We haven't heard from them today. We're going out there to check. And then in the wintertime, they close down. This is the only park that has sled dogs on their staff.
Whoa.
So they have
Like Iditarod dogs? Those
yeah,
guys?
basically.
Yeah. Balto? They have Balto up there?
Maybe, probably, or a relative of Balto. But they have huts. So one of the stops we made on our way in was at one of these log cabins. It's a tiny little log cabin. It's just basically big enough for the park ranger. And people always ask, well, what about the dogs? Well, the dogs are bred for that weather. It's they just sleep outside.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
So when everybody, all these social media posts, people show their dogs being outside.
And they're like, don't.
Yeah, but then the owner will be like, yeah, I try to get my dog to come inside. Hey, come on inside. And the dog just, I'm good. I want to be outside. And it's not even just fucking around, playing around, trying to make it a game. It's just laying there.
Yeah, that's what
no.
Daisy would do in the snow. She loves it.
I'm good. I've seen huskies that climb up into refrigerators because
it's cold.
It makes them more comfortable.
Yeah.
So but this park is the only park that has sled dogs on their staff.
Wow.
And they'll do snowmobiles as well. But obviously snowmobiles, better chance of breaking down.
Yeah.
Right? Because of mechanics and stuff. Where the sled dogs, it's just they just go.
Yeah.
Right? And so the park rangers in the wintertime will just make rounds. They'll go out for a whole week and just go from cabin to cabin to cabin to cabin, just making sure that
people are still alive.
Well, at that time, there's no people. They're just making sure nobody's sneaking
Oh,
on,
yeah.
or that there's something bad going on, right?
Yeah.
Almost like a game warden, right?
Yeah.
Type of thing. So my trip that I would love to do is basically the reverse of that, because I only got to be up there for the park area for a day.
Yeah.
I want to go up there, spend a couple days in that area, because there was a pizza place up there too, called Prospector's Pizza. I had a meat lovers style pizza, and it was deer and elk and caribou, and
Oh shit.
it was phenomenal.
I love that the drawback is pizza.
Oh yeah. Well, and then they had a huge tap selection too, and and they had this giant chalkboard that was probably 10 feet long and, like 4 or 5 feet tall, just like up on the wall, and they just fill it out. And like one of them was Boulevard's Tank 7.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, you guys have Tank 7? They're like, yeah, you want some? I'm like, I
No.
can get that at home. I'm good. I want something
good.
local. They're like, okay. They're like, well, like, what would you suggest as a local beer? They're like, oh, like, well, I really like this one. I'm like, perfect. I'll do that.
That's cool.
So I wanted to basically do that reverse trip and then get on the boat and come home.
Yeah.
And then just fly from Seattle or Vancouver or whatever. Because like I really like Skagway too. And I've made the comment, like if I could take like a whole summer off, I'd go work at Skagway Brewery for the summer during their tour season, because they're always looking for people to work during the tour season. I really love that area.
Yeah.
Really love the brewery. And like I would just go work up there. Like
Yeah,
if I could
cool.
afford to just go up there, and like I hear people could make really good money doing bartending up there too, or up in Alaska area. But I'm just like, I don't want to have to worry about it though. Like I would just, if I had the money, I would just go up there.
Yeah.
And then that way, any money I'm making, I can use to go
Fucking
fuck
do
off or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take the weekend off. Or like, hey, you know what? We don't have, there's not a cruise ship coming in for, 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to go
explore and
go somewhere else, because, and that's the other thing I learned, that there's actually more kids with seaplane licenses than driver's licenses.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because you can't really,
You
can't drive from town to town.
Yeah, what roads?
There's not, like some, but not much. Like I was looking at it actually just recently. Like Skagway, there's a train that kind of comes through, but then like the road that goes into Skagway, you follow it back, it goes into Canada.
Wow.
And then it veers off from there.
Wow.
And it's like 100 miles or so
before
it even veers off.
That'd be cool.
So I'm like, that'd be super cool to freaking go do. So what about you though?
Oh man, I don't know.
I mean, how do you top last year's?
I don't know.
Or your last vacation, I guess.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, went to Portugal with our week off that we had. That was my first trip overseas. It was amazing. I was talking to Gina about that earlier this week. I can't remember, but I'm just like, I just want to go back. Like, I just want to go back to Portugal. But
that's the thing. There's certain places you go that you're just like, that's the place that you fall in love with. And that's just the place you always want to go.
But obviously Ireland. I've got family in Belfast that I'd like to go visit.
Oh yeah.
And then like shoot over to Scotland, and
I'd love to go there too. Like, I've been in Ireland, but that was when I come back from Iraq. Like we had a layover in Ireland. Didn't get to leave the airport, so like I just kind of sat there with my face glued to the window.
Yeah.
Like, it's so green.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to go to Germany. Like honestly, I would just love to start in Portugal and go east.
Yeah.
Like go through Spain and France and Germany, Switzerland, Amsterdam.
And like over there, it's way easier.
Yeah.
I mean, despite what Eurotrip says, it's not that easy.
But it is very easy.
Yeah. Yeah, because Eurotrip, they joke about like, oh, we can just walk there. It's on an island. Okay, swim.
I think Ireland is number one.
Yeah, I'd love
number one.
And I've been to Hawaii too. But like that's what I was saying. Like, sometimes people, you just go to a place and you kind of fall in love with it.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Hawaii. I'd still rather go back to Alaska.
Yeah. I want to go back to Canada. Been to Montreal. But I want to go to like Toronto and what are the other ones? I don't remember all the major cities in Canada. But
it depends on which
is Vancouver
territory
above?
you're in, because then you have Vancouver.
That's above Washington, right? Above Washington State. Yeah, I want to go there. That'd be cool.
Because that's when I went on the cruise. The last cruise, we left from Vancouver, so that's British Columbia, and then you got there's one in Saskatchewan. I'm blanking on all of a sudden. I know there's like Regina or whatever.
Whoa, what'd you call me?
Yep, that's the name of it's like Regina. But it's in like Saskatchewan, because one of the companies I worked for, like we were doing a project up in Regina, and the main project manager guy, he just couldn't ever say it with a straight face.
Rejoinder.
Well, I mean, it sounds Australian, but sure, when you say it, it's Australian for
Oi.
And I feel like it's like, see, this is where my geography is getting off. Like, there's that middle territory that just like always gets just like.
Is that Manitoba?
Is it? Maybe.
I only remember Manitoba from King of the Hill because they were the cigarettes that Dale Gribble smoked.
Oh, shit. All right. And it's like, that's one of those things, like, I always wanted to, like, nobody's like, I know there's stuff that goes on up there, but the Northern Territories.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I always, like, when I was younger, like, I always had, it is Manitoba. Oh, Alberta.
Alberta. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, was always like, oh yeah, you have Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia.
And is Newfoundland is part of it too, right?
And, yeah, Newfoundland and what is that, Labrador? That feels new. I don't know.
Did you guys add a province?
Yeah. Well, I feel like, what is this one? Nunavut? So if we're looking at
I'm looking at a map right now.
And then you had the whole Yukon area too.
Is that all part of Canada still?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I said, like, I'd love to go up in, like, the Northwest Territories area.
Yeah.
Then I was saying,
wild.
when I was younger, like, I actually bought a book about trying to hike in Alaska.
Oh, cool.
Because there is, and I watch a show, so like,
Iceland would be cool as shit too.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I'd go to Greenland. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'd go. It's, cold, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the joke. Like, Greenland was trying to get people to come to them, so they named their, they're kind of Greenland, not kind of, but country Greenland, and
Yeah.
Iceland didn't want people to come to them.
No, Iceland.
So we're Iceland. So
It's cold.
But Iceland's like incredibly beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, on the Alaska thing, like, I thought about like hiking because like they have portions there where they have like cabins that if you have to file an itinerary, that way people know and can come check up on you if need be. But they had like this interesting, it's almost like a tent, but it's on a platform and you can roll up the whole canvas, and it uses like a cast iron stove. Like, so the cast iron stove just like stays on this platform.
Oh, cool.
And you just basically make the tent around the rest of the platform, and then you can stay in there while you're hiking.
Yeah.
And then whenever you're done, you just roll it all back up and tuck it underneath the platform, because it's basically, protects that tarp then.
Yeah.
It's canvas tarp. It's not like just like some blue tarp that you use on the back of a truck, right?
It's not that, what are those?
Harbor Freight tarps.
Yeah. Or even, like the space blankets.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna be like that. So like, I always thought like that would be super cool to do.
Yeah,
as
that'd be
well.
cool. I don't know, man, and I always forget about Asia. Like, I want to go to like Japan and like South Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia.
And can you imagine somebody like me? I'm not a tiny person, but like I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not a huge person.
You would be a fucking monster over there.
But yeah, but no, surely there's people that go over there pretty frequently that are a lot bigger than me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, where's Brian? Oh, there he is.
Towering over everybody.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I've been at as far as the vacation thing. Like, I just not taking vacations.
Yeah.
Because like the last time.
Well, and it also costs money too, which is nowadays is just a struggle, especially being a single guy and having to pay support and stuff like that. Yeah.
Just take care of other things, because taxes suck.
Just gotta send photos of your feet on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I did have somebody like, oh, maybe you should do OnlyFans. I'm like, really? They're like, you can do it. I'm like, okay.
There's something for everybody.
There is something for everybody.
Different strokes for all the folks.
All the strokes for all the
strokes for all the folks.
Title name right there. All the strokes for all the folks. All right. Well, we've definitely went off the rails from.
That note. Did we though? Really?
We need to get one of these other beers in there.
Yeah, we do.
In though.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have to use one of the other glasses, but here we are. One of the old.
I'm almost done with this guy. And the more it warms up, the more the spice comes through.
I feel like I haven't taken a drink in quite a while, actually. That's definitely warmed up.
It's quite dry.
It is.
Which I like. I like dry stouts.
Some of the sweetness to it, but not. it feels more like it's rich than sweet.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the issues I've had. Like, I really do enjoy Imperial Stouts, but I feel like they've been getting way too sweet. Like, people are putting way too much sugar in them to try and get that ABV up.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get, people are like, well, why are they so sweet? Like, well, it's because they're trying to get the ABV up. So they put more sugar in it.
Or more whatever malt.
Something that
More
is
pale malt or
but something that's going to make it sweet.
Yeah.
Because then, obviously the yeast, the sugars, and produces the alcohol. So there's more sugar in it. There's more for the yeast to try and process. Yeasty boys.
Yeasty boys.
All right, well, let's finish this one.
Okay.
Let's get into another one. I guess you finish yours.
Yep.
I'll try to vamp for a little bit. So, obviously, so we have, we're going to have to modify.
Are we going to pour on top of this glass?
I don't know, what you want to pour on top of that glass, or you want to choose something else?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? All right, I'm fine. I mean,
We can use the
the other two that we have are, I think, are sour style.
Yeah, let's go
ones.
for the sour glass for the sour styles.
So, okay, perfect. So, but what I was going to tell everybody is that we have our Facebook page. It's mislabeled right now as Miscellaneous Debris, and I have to wait till apparently March to be able to rename it again. But it is like, kind of lame, like, because they only let you change your name like every like 60 or 90 days or something like that. So I have to wait on that, but we did start an Instagram as well, so it'll be Poor Decisions Podcast on Instagram as well. So be looking out for that, so we can take pictures of maybe the beers and stuff. We haven't taken any pictures today, but yeah, we'll get working on our social media game for that as well. Starting to try and do reels or whatever. Connor's trying to be very specific with for me.
Got to make sure it's even.
At least close enough. What are you doing? Why are you making it all awkward? You're just like sitting there like, I don't know what to do with this can right now. Yeah, be careful setting it on the ledge because it will go.
Yeah.
So, like my desk that we're recording from, it has like a slight bevel to it towards where I sit. So if you put anything on the edge, it will
just fall.
It will just roll off or slide off or whatever. And it's bitten me ass a couple times. But at the same time, it's nice. Like when I'm working on it, my elbows get to sit down a little bit low, just slightly lower. Makes a big difference.
See, I feel like I'm still just smelling the other sour in this glass.
So I almost wonder, like, should we have?
Yeah.
I can smell it a little bit. Because this one was supposed to be the one with pineapple and papaya and...
No, this is Blueberry Boyfriend.
Oh.
Sour ale with blueberries and lemon zest.
Okay. My bad.
No, I still very much get the raspberry and marshmallow.
Yeah, we probably should have changed glasses. But this one's from Prairie
Artisan,
which is a huge regional one for us.
Yeah, and they make some great fucking.
Because some of their biggest releases are always the bombs.
Yeah.
And that's BOMB.
And I love the artwork on this can is just so goddamn funny. It looks like some weird. It reminds me of like Schoolhouse Rock in a way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of their cans are like that.
Yeah.
But
Just
like this
very
one,
avant-garde.
Yeah. Well, this one was the Blueberry Boyfriend. What it was called, right?
Yeah. And it's just a big old blueberry boy.
Well, that reminds me. One I had last night, recently. I went to River Bluff, and they had one. It was a sour. What style was it? I can't remember. But it was basically like a sour.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of mild, but they call it Violet Beauregard.
Do you remember like what all was in it?
I feel like it was blueberries as well. Are you tasting anything? I'm trying to vamp while
I get the blueberry. There's the lemon, but I still should have just rinsed the glass.
Yeah, and we might have to make sure we focus on that moving forward. Because I know some beers, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But then there's obviously some that, you need to make sure you rinse out. And that's why, people are always like, oh, you can use the same glass. It's the same beer. Like,
we
there's health reasons, health violation reasons we can't. But then we also very focus on the sensory experience as well.
Them's the rules.
Yep. All right. Violet Beauregard, sour fruited. So it is, and this is not the one that we're currently drinking. This is the one I had. at River Bluff. So it just says it is a wheat ale based kettle sour featuring blueberries and vanilla. It was very subtle.
Nice.
And I was talking to somebody.
Sounds
I was talking to somebody there, and they were like, "Yeah, like I'm not sure about kettle sours." I'm like, "Kettle sour is just the way that it's done. That is not like a style.
Yeah.
It's the way that the sour is made.
Yeah.
And because kettle sour for a lot of brewers usually do kettled sours,
Like we have.
like we
Transparent.
have, like Transparent has, because it doesn't fuck with your system.
Yeah.
Where if you're doing full-on sours, like there's breweries that have completely different sections
Yeah.
to do their sours. That way it doesn't contaminate anything else. in the
Bacteria
brewery.
can get left behind. And
Yeah, and that's what sours do.
Yeah.
Because I know like the whole Brett aromics thing.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who's ever had like a Brett Saison or any sort of a Brett style beer, they're adding the Brett aromics to it, and if it gets loose, it can fuck with your whole system.
Yeah.
And contaminate it, and then you're getting that in everything.
Everything.
Yeah. And so you have to be very careful with that type of stuff. So,
Let me know what you think. I enjoy it. It's definitely more sour than the first sour we had.
oh yeah, that is definitely tart.
Yeah. The first one was a little on the sweeter side.
Yeah. And that's
But
where
I'm not mad about it. I like it.
and this is where I was saying, I think in the last episode, where it's like I feel like there almost needs to start being a level of, call it
Sour.
pH, but like, hey, here's the level of sour.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, some people are going to be wrong on it, but then it's then they're going to start masking it by adding lactose, where they're like, oh, it's a 7, but
No,
tastes
I
like
feel like
tastes
this
like
is-
a 3.
This is more of a traditional sour ale.
From what we were originally shown.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I feel like I was talking to somebody else about this recently, where I almost feel like it should have been sours came on the game on the scene and blew up, right? And everybody made it sound like it's new. It's not new because Lambic has been around forever, and that's basically a sour.
Yeah.
And Flanders Red has been around forever, and that's a sour. It's a red sour. But then fruit beer has been around forever. Now people are starting to like, fruit beers are a much more subtle sour, depending on the fruit that you use.
Yeah.
And there's some fruits that don't have a lot of sourness to them. Like blueberries usually don't have a lot of sourness.
It depends. They can be.
They can have
They
a
can
little
be more
tartness.
tart. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But like strawberries, right?
Yeah.
Like those are fruited beers, and a fruit beer is a style
Yeah.
that is very pleasant to drink if done right. I've had some really bad fruited beers too, but like it's weird to me where I felt like fruited beers should have probably blown up sooner. But at the same time, the whole sour thing, I remember being a kid, trying to see how many tearjerkers I could fit.
Is that like a lemon drop or something?
A tearjerker, it was like
Or like a warhead?
It was like I wasn't gonna say it's somewhere between a lemon drop and a warhead.
Or no, it was called lemon heads.
Yeah, there was lemon
Yeah,
heads.
lemon heads.
But a tearjerker, they had like 5 or 6 different flavors,
Yeah.
and the lemon one was always like the most sour. Like you'd put it in, and it was like it was almost like a small, and not small, but it was like almost like, I guess it was like gum.
Okay.
But it would you put it in your mouth and start chewing on it, and you get that whole pucker factor, especially when it was the lemon ones.
Yeah.
And so it's like trying to see if you could outlast the sourness on it, and then to be able to just chew on it.
Yeah.
And because gum, and it was always big for me. Like when I was playing baseball, like after the game, it's like, oh, I want to go get a tearjerker.
You know what I had for the first time yesterday?
What was that?
A high chew.
I said, I don't know if I've had a high chew.
It's like an in between of like a Now and Later and a Starburst.
Okay.
So it's not as tough to chew from the get-go as Now and Laters are,
Yeah.
but it lasts a little longer
Phrasing.
than Starburst.
There you go. Okay. I mean, I was
It was
always
good.
big on
It was good.
Laffy Taffy when I was younger too.
Oh yeah, banana Laffy Taffies.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberry.
Yeah. And I always like if and that was like the thing with Airheads too, right?
Yeah.
And, where you like, because Airheads are always like really small. It's like if you could get like your hands on like 5 of them, you'd like open them all up and like try to smash them together.
Yeah.
And then eat the whole thing.
Oh my god. Oh god. I'm like, my stomach hurts just thinking,
Thinking
about all
about
that sugar.
We are ridiculous.
Good
for
lord.
sure. All right. I feel like there was something else we were going to talk about, beer related,
I don't know.
and I completely forgot. Oh, that's what it was. Now I remember. At the brewery. So, I mean, obviously, by the time you listen to this, it's probably not going to be on anymore. But we have an Imperial Porter.
Oh yeah.
Called Irrational Sense of Entitlement.
Such a good beer.
We originally put out months ago.
Over a year ago now, right?
Well, no, originally it came out in June.
Oh, that's right.
And when we record this podcast, it's February.
Yeah. But that beer's been in the works for, as of now, 2 years.
Yeah. And so
when it's not in the works, but
we had saved a keg of it for when it got colder out, because we had originally put it in June. And that's what always cracked me up, is that, we put it out in June, an Imperial Porter that was 9.5%. And we put it out in June and decided to call it Irrational Sense of Entitlement.
People fucking loved it.
People did enjoy it. We had a can release. And that can art, we're talking about cool can art.
Yeah.
But then
Larry the Llama.
Yeah, Larry
His
the Llama.
legacy continues.
Yep. Now we need, because the llama for habitual deliciousness
is Larry.
It's going to be Larry. Yeah, nice. Larry's making a comeback.
God bless you, Larry.
Well, and that's like the Unicorn Asteroid, which is the double IPA that we have right now. We decided it's going to be Ulysses the Unicorn or whatever. And that's why, and this is the backstory, that, Larry had a rational sense of entitlement because of Ulysses and thinking he was a unicorn even though he's a llama.
I love this canon we're developing.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
It's
I love it.
ridiculous that we're doing this. But so what I did was, every year we've done a coffee brown with lactose, and we then put the coffee into
Encore
it.
Coffee Brown.
Yeah, from Encore, which is local to the Grandview area, actually.
Yep.
Well, yesterday I was talking to one of our regulars, and occasionally I like to refer to it as getting mad sciencey, and I start mixing some of our beers on our tap, and it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
But I've been pretty good, and I've nailed a couple. And they said, they're like, well, what about something like this? And I kind of sat there and I looked at it for like probably 15, 20 seconds. I'm like, you know what? That one might be worth trying. I'm like, I can't do. A lot of times I try to make it towards like half and half.
But Irrational is just so...
It's so strong.
So strong.
So I'm like, man, let me try like 2 to 1. So I did 2 count, for coffee and 1 count for Irrational. So
I gotta try that.
Good.
I gotta try that.
And yeah, and then I had them try it, and they're like, "Can I order one of those?" I'm like, "Sure." I mean, it's helping us get rid of Irrational a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And actually, then slow down Coffee Brown, because Coffee Brown, you never have problems selling.
No, it sells
Encore
itself.
coffee.
Yeah, it's a crowd favorite.
And I think it's going faster this year, because
Yeah.
I just changed out a keg yesterday.
Yeah, we're
like halfway through that batch.
Jesus Christ. Really? Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's if you ever want to know about trying to combine beers, I am definitely all for trying.
Ooh, I got some floaties in mine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't see any in mine. Oh, no, I do.
Yep.
That's it.
That's all right.
Little sediment, and that's not always a bad thing.
No,
because there are certain beers where they try to do that intentionally.
Yeah.
They add some nutrients.
Maybe it's fruit.
It's possible, right? As long as it's not a yam.
It's not fruit.
It's not. It's a gourd.
Is it? I thought it was a potato.
Tomato?
What's a potato? It's a root.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Probably don't ask Irish people about that, but Too soon?
No.
Or on that note, we should probably go ahead and end this episode, though. And I mean,
We appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening.
again, go follow us on the social medias.
Yeah,
find
we're out
us.
there.
Subscribe to us on Spotify. I know we're on Apple. I think you can find us on Google Podcasts right now as well. And there's a couple other ones.
Google has a podcast thing?
They do for some reason.
Oh, there we go.
So,
All right.
yeah. So, I mean, you can find us on several different platforms. Go give us,
Give us a like.
subscribe,
Smash that subscribe button.
smash all the buttons. But buttons aren't toys.
But don't literally smash it. Just tap it with love.
Yeah. All the
Just give it a
love.
little tap, tap, tap a root. Just tap it in.
That's a good idea for
Oh,
doing.
you know what?
Do it like an audio drop of trying to get people to subscribe.
Yeah.
Just do that. Just give it a little tap.
tap it in.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Rest in peace, Carl.
Love you, Chubbs.
I'm just gonna nope. And okay.
Yeah, right there, and good. We're doing the whole handshake thing.
Happy Gilmore, if you haven't seen it, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, even Connor's seen it. Well, there's lots of things he hasn't seen.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try.
yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We got time.
yeah, you're young.
Young buck.
Yeah, you are. You want to hit the button?
Which button?
That's gonna be the thing now. Just which button? The same button every
The same
time.
button every time.
Later, guys.
Thanks, guys.